So I love spoken word poetry. It's amazing and stunning. And for this video blog, I decided maybe I'd do a spoken word poem by Sarah Kaye because I love Sarah Kaye. I love Phil Kaye. The funny thing is neither one of them is related to one another. They're not married, and they share a lot in common. And I might share that poem with you. I'll probably put it down below, along with a link to her doing this poem, because she will do it way better than I will. But it's called If I Should Have a Daughter. So I'm going to try to do this whole spoken word poem thing because she does it really cool, and maybe I can do it really cool, maybe not, so we'll see. If I should have a daughter, instead of mom, she's going to call me Point B. Because that way she knows that no matter what happens, at least she can always find her way to me. And I'm going to paint the solar systems on the back of her hands so she has to learn the entire universe before she can say, oh, I know that like the back of my hand. And she's going to learn that this life will hit you hard in the face, wait for you to get back up just so it can kick you in the stomach. But getting the wind knocked out of you is the only way to remind your lungs how much they like the taste of air. There's hurt here. It cannot be fixed by band-aids or poetry. So the first time she realizes that Wonder Woman isn't coming, I'll make sure she knows she doesn't have to wear the cape all by herself. Because no matter how wide you stretch your fingers, your hands will always be too small to catch all the pain you want to heal. Believe me, I've tried. And baby, I'll tell her, don't keep your nose up in the air like that. I know that trick. I've done it a million times. You're just smelling for smoke so you can follow the trail back to the burning house, so you can find the boy who lost everything in the fire to see if you can save him, or else find the boy who lit the fire in the first place to see if you can change him. But I know she will anyway. So instead, I'll always keep an extra supply of chocolate and rain boots, because there's no heartbreak that chocolate can't fix. Okay, there are a few heartbreaks chocolate can't fix, but that's what the rain boots are for, because rain will wash away everything if you let it. I want her to look at the world through the underside of a glass-bottomed boat, to look through a microscope at the galaxies that exist on a pinpoint of the human mind, because that's the way my mom taught me. There will be days like this. There'll be days like this, my mama said, when you open your hands to catch and wind up with only blisters and bruises. When you step out of the phone booth and try to fly, and the very people you want to save are the ones standing on your cape. When your boots will fill with rain and you'll be up to your knees in disappointment, and those are the very days you have all the more reason to say thank you. Because there's nothing more beautiful than the way the ocean refuses to stop kissing the shoreline, no matter how many times it's sent away. You will put the wind in win some and lose some. You'll put the star in starting over and over, and no matter how many landmines erupt in a minute, be sure your mind lands on the beauties of this funny place called life. And yes, on a scale from 1 to over trusting, I am pretty damn naive, but I want her to know that this world is made of sugar and it can crumble so easily. But don't be afraid to stick your tongue out and taste it. Baby, I'll tell her, remember your mama is a worrier and your papa is a warrior, and you are a girl with small hands and big eyes who never stops asking for more. Remember, the good things come in threes, and so do bad things. And always apologize when you've done something wrong, but don't ever apologize for the way your eyes refuse to stop shining. Your voice is small, but don't ever stop singing. When they slip war and hatred under your door and offer you handouts on street corners of cynicism and defeat, you tell them that they really ought to meet your mother. That was Sarah Kaye's poem, If I Should Have a Daughter. And I love spoken word poetry because it's so simple sometimes. It's just like these straightforward responses, like a toothbrush falling in love with a bicycle tire, or a daughter who needs a little extra advice because the world is a cruel place, but you need to stay optimistic in order to see the beauty of it. And they just take this simple answer to things and makes it so deep and emotional, and it's just great. And I love spoken word poetry. And you know, when I think of video blogs, I think of commending things for being like the great thing that they are. And I think that Sarah Kaye does such a wonderful job with all of her spoken word poems, and that she needs to be commended for that, just like any spoken word poetry and any spoken word poet, because they do so much. And you know, it's so brave to get out there and go on this huge stage and just speak your poems, your like words, your everything to some strangers. And they do that every day, and it just is amazing. So if you know of any spoken word poets, just send me a comment with stuff on them. I'm always interested in learn more. I love poetry, and this is a great form of poetry that I'd love to like learn more about. So just send me comments. Hope you enjoy the links. They'll be posted down below. Don't forget to check them out, and thanks for watching.